Well, I think one of the biggest changes has been the diversity on the bench. We now have 3 women. We have minorities. The bench itself just reflects a lot of different perspectives and different life experiences, both in and out of the law.
I met Liz Lacy almost 40 years ago at a national conference of lawyers and attorneys general from around the country. She made a presentation representing the Attorney General's Office of Texas, and she impressed us all. She was very thoughtful, she was quite articulate, and very persuasive.
I do think that society generally has become much more complex and much more legally involved than it did when I graduated from law school or even went on the bench. And as a result, the need for legal representation, I think, has also increased. Very often people do not even realize that they need or that the advice and the help of a lawyer would be something they should be looking for. One of the advantages of government legal work is that in many ways it combines public service with the practice of law. I think that the perspective I had, particularly in the Attorney General's office initially, also showed me the importance of good legal representation for the citizens within their governmental institutions as we work through either litigation or other legal issues with the private sector. And I felt very, very fortunate to be able to have that combination of public service and just my everyday job.
So after several years of serving as Deputy Attorney General, the first woman to serve in that capacity in Virginia, there was a vacancy that occurred on the State Corporation Commission. And I was first in line to advocate that Liz Lacy should fill that position. And I was delighted when she took the oath to become the first woman judge. Her service there was terrific. It was noticed by the business community, by legislators and others. Liz, without a doubt, was a star on that bench.
Citizen lawyer is a very important term, but it's a very important value, which is the way I look at it. Our profession is the only one that, in effect, is a third branch of government. And there is, I think, an increased responsibility for lawyers to be involved in community affairs on every level, local, state, federal, or nonprofits, because we are trained to listen to both sides, we're trained to think things through, and we're trained to really understand how our government works.
Liz Lacy has been a trailblazer in many connections with the Attorney General's office, with the State Corporation Commission, and prior to that, her service as an Assistant Attorney General in Texas. So she brought to the court an understanding of the role of the court in our judicial system.
To keep our form of government operating efficiently requires lawyers, above all, to take a very involved and very dedicated role in our institutions. The Virginia Law Foundation provides a very important service. To be a fellow of the foundation and to support that work, as well as to be recognized by colleagues, is certainly an honor. And it's an honor to be involved in the type of financial support and public support. It's just the type of thing that no individual and really no government agency can do the same way a private nonprofit like Virginia Law Foundation can do.
The late Chief Justice Carrico was fond of citing Socrates for the 4 things that belong to a judge. They are to listen courteously, to answer wisely, to consider soberly, and to decide impartially. I think by all measures, by any metric, Justice Liz Lacy has met the Socratic test as a judge and as a member of a legal profession.